To say that Charminar is a major landmark in the city is to state the obvious, to repeat a cliché. The Great Monument is a synonym for Hyderabad and the pivot around which the glory and history of the city have developed. To imagine this 400-year-old city without Charminar is to imagine New York without the Statue of Liberty or Moscow without the Kremlin. Built by Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah in 1591, shortly after he had shifted his capital from Golconda to what now is known as Hyderabad. This beautiful colossus in granite, lime, mortar and, some say, pulverized marble, was at one time the heart of the city. This great tribute to aesthetics looks sturdy and solid from a distance, but as one moves closer, it emerges as an elegant and romantic edifice proclaiming its architectural eminence in all its detail and dignity. Apart from being the core of the city's cultural milieu, it has become a brand name. Charminar is a squarish structure with 4 towers in the 4 corners of the square, each of whose sides is 20 meters in length. Every side opens into a plaza through giant arches, which overlook for major thoroughfares and dwarf other features of the building except the minarets. Each arch is 11 meters wide and rises 20 meters to the pinnacle from the plinth. The minarets soar skywards by 24 meters from the roof of Charminar. Each minaret has 4 stories, each looking like a delicately carved ring around a minaret. Some Anglophiles call Charminar the Arc de Triomphe of the East. From the ground to the apex, the minarets cover a length of 48.7 meters. According to Mir Mulzam Hussain, a long-time official of the UNESCO and a keen student of this historic city, these minarets may even symbolize the first 4 caliphs of Islam, but I cannot vouch for this interpretation with any degree of certainty. At the western end of the roof of Charminar is a beautiful mosque, the oldest in Hyderabad, and the rest of the roof was used as a court in Qutub Shahi times. The first floor has beautiful balconies from where one has a fantastic view of the historic city and its later accretions. The essence of Islamic architecture rests in the deployment of arches, minarets and domes in the harmonic whole. Even as the arches and minarets of Charminar reflect the influence of Islamic architectural schools, the structure as a whole embodies elements of South Indian temple architecture. Again, flanking each arch are 4 arched and trellised windows one above the other. The 4 main arches have thus 32 such windows. Its neighborhood is as interesting the site of cultural heritage as Charminar itself. Around this architectural axis are colorful bazaars, bringing to mind the bazaars of ancient Baghdad and Istanbul, selling pearls, bangles, traditional Muslim gear and Muslim delicacies. Architecturally significant are Themaka Masjid, Jami Masjid, Charkaman and Miamish Mosque. The pavilion where the rulers held court was known as Kilwat, built in the regime of the second Nizam. Some consider its style extremely Baroque. The 4 palaces comprising the Shah Mohalla complex are Afzal Mahal, Matag Mahal, Tariq Mahal and Aftag Mahal. Afzal Mahal is the most imposing of them all. From the Charminar, it is impossible to miss the Charminar, built 3 years after the grand old edifice was built. The 4 arches of Charminar envelop the vast plaza with a tank with an octagonal enclosure. This is now known as Gulzar House, flanked by shops, which, in the times of the Qutub-Shahis, were antechambers to their palaces. The Mughals destroyed them in 1687. Some recent buildings, whose architectural trends were inspired by Charminar and Golconda, and built during the last of the Asadiyya's times, are the Unity Hospital, the High Court, and across the Musi the Osmania General Hospital. All of them flaunt features of Indo-Islamic architectural styles. Charminar is very much a part of the vibrant life of everyone in the city and its cultural life.